Hello, YouTube and Infinite Magic Raid community. I thought I also provide a little bit of epic heroes in PvP. I decided not to do a tier list because really, majority of the time we wouldn't be using epics in PvP, especially near end game, but they do have a role to play early game. There aren't too many heroes I would recommend to actually build and fully invest in. But I think given with the rise of the fair play arena, it's important to understand or important to have the knowledge of which epic heroes are actually really helpful. So I thought I'd cover them more less so of putting in a tier list structure, but rather um, telling you what role they might fill on a team, so to help you create balanced teams that are very synergistic with other heroes. First off the bat, if you are desperate for a DPS hero, especially in the fair play arena, here are a few picks that might be helpful. Of course, in the rest of the game content, I hope you have solid legendaries or mythic heroes you can pick from. This is really more tailored towards fair play arena, if especially in the earlier days where you might not have gotten a good DPS hero on your team. Lester, again, of all three, he has guaranteed crit. Now, his multiplier isn't as great, so really depends on the stats he's given. But early game, if you're early game in PvP and you didn't and you're working, you didn't do a lot of rerolls, he could actually help out in your advanced arena team as a secondary, on a secondary team where he's the AoE DPS with some sort of attack boost up. He's very easy to build, just a lot of attack and crit damage. He's like a budget version of Margarita without needing to put a Bissett in and getting to that 100% crit rate. You just need some attack up on him, and he will do great. Next up, you have Gora. Gora is a really good cleaner upper. He has a very solid multiplier on a single target, and as soon as he kills a target, he can take another turn. The second the skill is refreshed, and he also gets resolute when he's casting it. So it's like a 500 plus multiplier plus a 40% skill damage boost. So yeah, if he's well built, he could like clear waves. He could, one by one kill the enemy. Macken is just like that as well, except, when he kills an enemy, he gets some turn meter, he heals himself, and he resets all his cooldowns to do it a second time when he goes. So these are very solid DPS heroes. There's a couple of honorable mentions on the to the right. Um, Both of these heroes, Rosalie and Sylvester, have very high single target crit. Burst right out the gate, so they can be used to snipe down a key target on the enemy team, which is very useful in a PvP scenario. You want to take down their main DPS or main threat. And then if the enemy has a lot of shields, Frey is a great option as well. But Frey is a little bit niche. But from the pool of epic heroes, solid DPS, these are the ones I'll probably recommend. Then you look at AoE control, and especially when you're looking at a place like Fair Arena is, it doesn't your stats don't really matter that much. You just need a little bit of speed and good effective hit. And here you got AoE silence from this new hero. I can't remember when she was released, but she was released relatively soon. She's part of Eternal Sect. Uh, Her name is Karilla. So this is the hero I'm talking about. So I mean Lester, Agora, Macken, Sylvester, Rosalie, Frey. Karilla is here. She actually also has every turn when one of your allies CC'd, she cleans them once per turn. So she's really good to counter any single target CCs. But you really want AoE control. So you got AoE stun and turn meter reduction, AoE freeze and slow down. Uh, Rudolph has a AoE freeze as well once you get to, I think, exclusive 3. And Rudolph is in the fair arena right now on this rotation. So Rudolph also, whenever one of your ally dies, whoever killed that ally, he will guarantee a freeze on them. So very good for control purposes. Turn manipulation. Snove is immune to freeze. We actually see Snove in a lot of gameplay, even in in high-end PvP content. Lila is great with 25% turn meter boost for the entire team, and she shields whenever your team's getting buffs. Olivia actually is really good as well. This is something that maybe people forget about. Um, but Olivia here, um, if you look at her skill set, she could get a little bit of turn meter whenever she's able to boost the entire team's turn meter by 20%. She has a shield, and moreover, when you start the match, the lowest HP ally will be protected by her through Protect Ally. So the 20% turn meter for epics is still pretty decent. I mean, not a lot of epics can even do a 20% turn meter boost. Um, Here's good options for extra turns. So Bisiden, Ross, Cthulhu. Cthulhu also has the ability to protect, but they give your key heroes a second turn. So if you just make them a little bit, if they're just slower than the other heroes, so that's why we see Bisiden even in high level end game play, because not only he provides that, he provides the cleanse, he provides crit up, crit damage up, and attack up too. So that's like 50% crit, 50% crit rate, and 60% attack up, which is massive. It's like 2.5 times your damage output almost there. Um, And Winix is an interesting one because you see, Winix can revive the dead and give them an immediate turn and also reset all their cooldowns. Um, and then, so basically, if one of your key DPS is dead, Winix can just bring them back. And then, you know, on the, and this is really good because it immediately casts uh, on the ally, Call of the Underworld, brings it back. They're full of their skills or cooldown, and then boom, another big nuke. So for example, they managed to kill your Nita. Well, Winix is going to bring them back, and Nita does the AoE, and you still win. So Winix actually is really good um, in that particular setup. You also got so those are your extra turns heroes. And then finally you got immunity and cleanse. So you could put Corella down here as well. But Dustin, I think, cleans off of two heroes passively. So these are great passive. It's like a mini Catherine. Seal has immortality. Um, and so you can't be killed. You can be left at one health, but you also get debuff immunity, and he cannot be CC'd. So as long as he's fast, he can protect your entire team. So he's like a mini Nordak in a sense, but can be built faster than a Nordak for that purpose. Maya, same thing. Maya's a support, so she can be built fast. If you get to go first with her, and she obviously is going to heal everybody, overheal, so everybody's going to get the immunity buff to debuffs as well. From a protect perspective, um, we all know about Whim and the 40. If your ally drops below a certain percentage, he protects them. Anton is also really good because if the enemy AoE knocks him down, more than 25% in a single stage of attack, often with Brynhild counters, with Jilliman's first stage. He's able to inflict a stun to prevent the damage for the rest of the turn. So Jilliman, the big AoE comes in, and then the follow-up pew 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 pew. Well, there won't be any of the pew 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 because Anton most likely would have stunned her after the first phase. And these stuns cannot be cleansed, so it's really strong. Very good for anti-Brynhilds as well. Um, Yar is a new hero, epic that was introduced in the recent month. Yar here. So Yar, Anton, Wim, Winx was here. Sorry, I don't know why my mouse keeps disappearing after a while. Ross, Cthulhu, Bisiden, Olivia, Lila, Snove, Rudolph. Um, but Yar here, Yar is part of the Forgotten faction. Yar, um, he increases turn meter whenever he gets attacked. So And for every layers of control inflicted by ally, he restore all ally by 2% of his max HP. So it's like, and it's not a lot of HP, but he could. He has that 40% shield. So think about like Mamook, right? Like if your team's hit by CC passively, everybody gets a shield. Well, he gets turn meter up. So if your allies are CC'd, or sorry, if he gets attacked, he can then get some turn meter, cut in between, and protect the whole ally. I mean, again, doesn't sound that OP. I mean, these are epics. Let's be real. Like they definitely have a role to play in the new fair arena because you only have limited choice of heroes. But in end game PvP, most of these heroes won't get a chance to shine. But I mean, Yar definitely has a role to play in the Forgotten Faction Abyss. So finally, we have Harley. So Harley has AoE strip, and the other part about how she protects allies is if anybody falls below 30% HP, they must attack Harley. So in that sense, Harley protects the allies when allies starts dropping below a certain percentage of HP. Um, Harley will be marked as the main target, so she, in that sense, redirect all the damage to her. So yeah, so this is really good. Harley also have a AoE strip to take out one layer of buff and inflict code 2 on them with so the enemy is doing 40% less scale damage. So yeah, so this is the useful epic kind of compendium of heroes and what kind of role they fill out. Um, I know there's a lot of epic heroes out there. I did not cover them all. I might have missed some. I if you know of any epic heroes that are really good that you think I forgot to mention, please put it in the comment in the description below and help other players out. Um, and if you like the content and the information I'm sharing with the community, please support me by liking the video. Oh, sorry. Please support. Oh no. Please support me by the. There you can see. I had some other compendiums that I was preparing from other videos there. Accidentally clicked. But yeah, if you support what I do and you like what I do, please like and subscribe and leave comments below if you think I missed any epics. Thanks so much, everyone, and take care of wherever you're at. Gandalf out.